Right, hello, welcome to the slowest Q&A to ever have happened in the history of Q's and A's. We've been very poor at
Mm.
getting this together, but we
Right
we're here
here.
now. Even Darth Vader's here. Um,
Mm.
to sort of get this. What was I calling it? I can't remember what I was
Halfway to
calling it.
Q&A.
The
Halfway
halfway to
to
1K
1K.
Q&A because we're selling. Well, it's partly to give us something to do in lockdown and partly to celebrate 500 likes on Facebook. So
5 million Facebook followers. 5 bajillion Sweetness fans. They're a
so
legion strong.
without further ado, we shall go into the first question, which is where did the name Sweetness come from?
Well, there was there was once a wide-eyed young man called Aidan who thought that nobody would ever know where words came from and what his inspirations were. And he wrote a really long list.
Very
It took him a
long.
long time, actually.
Very long.
He probably should have been, I don't know, studying or doing something. And yeah, it was the only one that passed the what the freak do you think you're doing? That's never going to pass test. And it's quite nice, isn't it?
It is.
It's one word. It's catchy.
It's uplifting.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nice
just a
and
nice
charming
word.
and uplifting and
It's just a
Who
pretty,
could complain about the idea of sweetness?
it's what?
just a pretty word.
It is a pretty word.
Thank you, Darth Vader. I couldn't have picked up on that.
The next question is who is the most famous person you've ever met? And I know Jacob has a story to tell on this one that isn't real. He made it up.
Quite a story it is.
I got tickets, VIP tickets to Bill Wyman's 80th birthday party, which no one believes. And
Doesn't happen. It didn't
I was
happen.
sat next to Steve Van Zandt for half an hour or so, and lovely bloke gave me the old nod, and then talking to Joe Brown, a guy called Martin Taylor, does a fantastic song called Down at Kokomo's. Mick Hucknall was there. He had to leave early
Oh,
because
God,
someone
not
had to
Mick
let Bill
Hucknall.
in the morning. Obviously, Bill Wyman was there because it was his birthday. Robert Plant and Imelda May as well. Imelda May was there. Lovely.
So you were basically hobnobbing with a load of celebrities at a party that definitely didn't happen.
I think they were hobnobbing with me, moreover.
And
You
when you
wish.
stopped sniffing glue for 5 minutes and came to your senses, did you look back on this and think, I'll tell this as a great story. This is one for the grandkids.
There's photographic evidence.
Yeah, Photoshop's a thing, Jacob. Photoshop works.
Yeah.
It's a common thing. The most famous person I've met is motorbike outside. Is Brian?
Motorbike outside. God, I've listened to his work. It's really good.
Is
lovely
Brian?
bloke, really
Brian,
nice.
look to the stars. Cox. It was very interesting. He's a very interesting, very funny man. He was lovely. So
Who have I met? I've had passing meetings with people. Eddie Izzard and what's his name? Trevor McDonald. I bumped into both of those in London. I say bumped into, they fleetingly walked past me. And
so you didn't really meet them. You were just kind of in the same
Yeah,
place.
close enough. I met Terry Beery, who signed my books. They're in here somewhere. Probably on that bookcase. Yeah. Who else? And Bosley, Bos Borer from the Polecats and other projects, who was very lovely. And I tried my best not to fanboy because he's a hero. And it had the distinction of actually happening, unlike meeting half the members of the 1980s Cool List.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I tried my best.
I can vouch for that. That did actually happen because I was there when Aidan first met him.
This is true.
The next question is, what are your favourite guitars? I'm going to bow out of this one because I know nothing about guitars apart from they have 4 strings.
Or 6.
Well, they don't, other than the ones that have 6.
After you, Aidan, I'll
Thank you, Lord Vader. Well, I don't know. The one I play the most is my Rickenbacker, which is my prized possession. It doesn't have a name or anything. I don't believe.
We're not like
Not
that. That's just a very weird thing to do.
So yeah, that or my fun guitar. Because not that the Rickenbacker's not fun, but I'm kind of always nervous I'm going to damage it every time I pick it up because it's precious. Is a Gretsch, an orange Gretsch, which is it's a lot of fun. That. Yeah, that's about it really. I have an acoustic, but I think it's Yamaha.
I think it is.
It's nice. I can't say a lot else about it.
Well, mine is not a guitar as such. It's only got 4 strings, and it's my favourite is the Rebel bass.
I mean, that's just poor. That's just on a scale of dad jokes. That takes the biscuit right there. That's
Even if you were holding my family, I couldn't have given a better laugh to that. In fact, I'd have let them say, strapped to the radiator. Oh, someone's ringing me out.
oh no.
Who this is? Look at my hectic life. It was Forbes. You know, I'm holding the London Stock Exchange together, single-handedly.
Right, the next question is a grouped question. There's two parts. The first part is who writes your songs, and the second part is if you could have each written one well-known song, what would it be?
I think Barry Manilow wrote 9/10 of the songs.
He does, yeah. I hit him up in Las Vegas. Him and Tom Jones come together of an evening, get absolutely leathered on Ouzo, and then write our music. And it's you can't argue with the result.
That is the creative process we work with, yeah.
No, I suppose I come up with the songs, I guess. You have to avoid saying pretentious things, but I come up with the songs. There you go. That's it.
Yes.
I'm not going to say something like I sit in a cloudy room for hours and then imagination comes to me.
You come up with the basis of the songs and all of the lyrics and then chuck them to us and we kind of sort of knock it back and forth and create the music and everything else. One song you would have liked to have written then?
Probably a Christmas song for all the money.
Good choice. I like it.
And then Alison by Elvis Costello, because the chord progression is just brilliant.
That's a fair point. That
is a fair point. I've got nothing better to say about that now.
Not to negate it from how good the words were as well. The lyrics are also impeccable.
Suppose song I wish I'd written, I'd go for something like iconic, like I don't know, ABBA, anything by ABBA, because it's just you can't need bulletproof music, man. You say what you want, Ryan. Nobody really likes ABBA, but everybody knows ABBA's music. It's just powerful.
Yeah, but that's selling out to the nth degree. That.
Who said I wasn't willing to sell? I'll sell my left kidney for fame, man. And then I don't know. One I wish I'd written that I listened to. I just want to say something awful from like the 50s or 60s, like
what, a really corny song?
Yeah, like Paul Anka, Place Your Hand on My Shoulder, which is utter tosh, but one of my favourites. But if I had to say a song that wasn't terrible, I'd say Christine by Susie and the Banshees. It's a great song. It has the distinction of being not awful, which is something Paul Anka can't say.
I would say I would go completely for the money in this. I'll have something from the charts right now because whoever wrote it, none of the artists write their actual songs, but apart from Anne-Marie, I respect Anne-Marie because she has actually built herself up, but I'd have something that somebody has written that's in the charts now because they'll get like 1 million streams in a minute, so not that streams give you any money. You say you don't know chart
music, but you know who Anne-Marie is. I don't know who that is.
Anne-Marie's actually alright. I respect her.
I'm looking forward to some flack on that. There's going to be one person who's like, I really like Anne-Marie. Why would you say that?
The next question is if you, oh yeah, that's not the.
We're so well oiled.
I know, we're so well organised. It's so slick. I've got all of the questions written down here, and I'm still getting it wrong. If you could play with any singer or band, who would it be?
The Stray Cats, I think.
Not Kylie Minogue.
See the Stray Cats and Darth Vader. That'd be an interesting combination.
I think the Stray Cats because it's my favourite type of music. Either Stray Cats or George Thorogood. It's my favourite type of music to play.
Yeah.
Stray Cats would be interesting, I suppose, yeah.
It's a 50-50 split between either Iggy, because you can have a great time.
You are.
And also I can play a lot of his songs, which is a benefit. And I don't know. It's got to be maybe Susie again. I think I could have a good time with her. Maybe someone like Debbie Harry. I don't know, a long list of people. But if I had to settle on one, I'd say someone like Iggy, yeah. Because you're going to get a lot of stories out of them.
Well, that's where I'm sort of going with it. I would choose the Rolling Stones because of the amount of stories that you can get. I genuinely am baffled how Ronnie Wood is still alive, and Mick Jagger. I don't understand, so I would like to see their kind of rituals and the kind of behind-the-scenes stuff and play with them. I think it'd be very interesting to share a stage with them. So
can't keep Charlie Watts out of the Rolling Stones. It's the only thing holding him together. They'll collapse like Voldemort.
He doesn't have a drum kit at home, does he?
He doesn't have a drum kit at home because his wife doesn't like the noise. Genuinely,
I'm in the Rolling Stones, but I'm not allowed a drum kit.
I read
That's
that the other
golden.
day and I thought that's so strange, but that's kind of sweet. This is the last question of this group because we didn't want to be talking for hours on end and just talking at you. I say you, whoever watches this video might get no views, but so the last question of this
Going
lot
positive, right? Going positive.
is who is cutting your hair during lockdown?
Me.
Oh my god, it's given birth to Jacob.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
god.
Who'd have guessed he's cutting his own hair? Eh?
yes, I did the majority of it with helping hands from others.
You had help with that.
Liberating feeling and experience.
And then next week the barbers will
Well-
open again.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's my mother cutting mine, and I can safely say she's not actually that bad at trimming hair. 'cause
your
I look
mum's
like a
done a
caveman
pretty good
for a hot
job.
minute.
She's done a very,
Yeah.
very good job. I'm impressed. I do not trust my mother or anyone to cut my hair because I know that it just won't work out well. So mine's quite long. But never mind. The barbers will open shortly, I'm sure.
I hope they don't, just purely for.
One, it's not as if I'm going out anywhere that people are seeing me hair, are they? Apart from on stuff like this, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, no one is my answer, and that wraps it up for this section of the Q&A.
Yeah.
We got through
Part
it.
one. Whether the people watching it will is a question. Another
Well,
question for another time.
Who knows? But this will be put up, and then there'll be three more little snippets of. So if your question's not been featured, we'll get to it. I promise. It's just somewhere down in the list somewhere. But yeah, cheers for sticking with us if you have.
And stay safe, and keep listening to our tunes, and stay safe.
Stay safe, stay well,
as
stay
happy
home.
as you can. Stay all that, big
And
long.
keep
Bad
in
enough,
touch.
everybody. Yeah, keep
Yes.
in touch with us. If you've got any more questions, we'll try and answer them. Other than questions like, why is he sat in a Star Wars background, and why did you think the Darth Vader helmet was a good idea? Because there are no answers.
You
Such
can't
a long
you
day
just
as well.
can't reason with Jacob. It's impossible to go, Jacob, no, you can't be Darth Vader for the video. It doesn't work. Anyway, right. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.